It's Ash from Super Videos, back for another live Q&A video. This is Q&A number 1 or 201. I was going to say 121, but then I'm like, that's not right. 201. So let's jump right into this. Before we get into the chat questions, I do want to go through the question that was submitted before our stream. It was submitted by Anna Twank, and the question is, what are your reasons for thinking Magna will die, and why do you think they showed Jerry in the clip, effectively spoiling that he will definitely make it out of the cave? Great question. So first, with the Magna thing, there's two main reasons. The first one is that they didn't show Magna in any of the scenes or clips or pictures from the second half. That's one of the key reasons. Obviously, aside from the pictures or scenes that were inside the cave trap moments. So that's one of the reasons. The other reason is that the way they have made Magna, like her character, it appears like they're making her be a hated character for no reason. Like they're doing it on purpose so people don't like her. And I think they're doing it on purpose so that they can just kill her off and it won't really impact the audience because no one really likes the character. That's the way they've presented the character. Those are the two main reasons why I think Magna might die in the mid-season premiere. Animated Alex, sub Ash. Glad you could join, Animated Alex. How are you? Animated Alex, why can't Morgan just take everyone to Alexandria? I hope he does. That's everyone's, that's what everyone hopes for. At least non-fear fans. Animated Alex, how do you feel about World Beyond season or being 2 seasons? I talked about that before. I think it could be cool. I just hope that they don't have a short story and they just abandon the characters. I hope they move the characters to other parts of the universe when it makes sense. Because it doesn't make sense to build up those characters for 2 seasons and then end it. And also, I think that there has to be a connection with the movies. Like, it'll be pointless if there is no connection. It doesn't have to be a Rick cameo like we've talked about before. It doesn't have to be. But it has to connect to the movies in some way or the universe in some way. Animated Alex, Ash, I can't see your face. I think we are good. Let me check. I think we're good. Let me know if it's back or if you still can't see my face. I think we're good because it shows that everything is good. But let me know if you can't see my face still, and I'll take a look again. I can try, because the stream is a little laggy, so I can try to restart the stream. Because I think there's a little bit of lag. Let me just restart the stream quick. I think we should be good now. Animated Alex, do you think Rick will be in the World Beyond? I think there's a possibility that he'll make a cameo, but I don't think it'll be a meaningful cameo. I don't think so. Like, if there is a cameo, I hope it's a meaningful one. But I think if there's a cameo, there's probably just going to be a situation, or it's just going to be a situation where they just show Rick. And I don't think that makes sense. But I don't think he'll make a meaningful appearance. Aside from the cameo thing, I think if he shows up, it'll be at like the final moments or something. I know I'm contradicting myself a little bit here, but I think it won't be super meaningful. I think there is a chance that he might cameo, but it won't be too meaningful. Not only for the story and also for the connective tissue between World Beyond and the movie, if there is one. Animated Alex, you're good now. That's good. Thank you for confirming. Just gonna take a look at something real quick while we're waiting for more people to show up and more questions. Alright, I think we're good. I was just checking the quality. I think we're good. And the stream is green, so I think everything is good there, good right now, but I'll keep an eye out. Let's see if there's any questions. No new questions yet. Going back to the question that Anna asked, I think at this point, I'm going to go with a prediction like the following. I think Magna might die and Connie will get a fake out death. At this point, that's where I'm what I'm leaning towards. And there's a little bit of or the prediction is based on some rumors a little bit as well, because there's been a lot of rumors that Connie will get a fake out death. So that's a part of it. But I think there's a very good chance that aside from the one death, which I definitely think we'll get, there'll be another twist. There'll be another kind of situation where it's a twist. It's a twist to the story. Who knows? There might be like 2 deaths. I don't think so, but there's a possibility of that too. Animated Alex, looking back at season 7 and 8, I can't understand why some characters would still have hatreds towards him. Why some characters would still have a hatred towards him. Towards who? Let me reread that. Looking back at season 7 and 8, I can't understand why some characters would still have a hatred towards him. Negan, you mean? I don't know who you're talking about. Let me know who you're talking about there, Animated Alex. Negan's meal sandwich. Do you think Negan wearing the Whisper mask is after he killed Alpha and he put it on to escape the camp? Do you think that's possible? I don't think that's Alpha's mask. That's not Alpha's mask. That's just one Whisper mask. I do think it's possible that takes place after he does kill her, but there's also other possibilities, which I talked about in my other videos, where he might use the mask to stay hidden, and he might go and help the cave survivors. There's also a chance that he might be gifted. Not gifted, that's not the right word. He might be assigned, like Gamma was, a role, or he might get his own kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? He might move up the ranking in a way and earn, that's the word, earn his mask. That's also a possibility. Let me go back to Anna's comment. I think that I forgot a part of it. Oh, with the Jerry thing, yeah. So, yeah, Animated Alex brought up the Jerry thing. I remembered I missed some part of Anna Twink's comment. So, yes, I think that they did spoil that Jerry survives based on that picture that was released. I don't know why they did it. It's counterintuitive because even in the trailer for the second half, they made it seem like he was gonna die. You know what I mean? So it's counterintuitive for them to completely like flip all of a sudden and actually just show us Jerry in another scene. Maybe a part of it also is that they figured everyone noticed that it was too obvious and no one bought it and they're like, whatever, you know what I mean? That's also a possibility. Animated Alex, I hope Jerry makes it. He's a dad after all. Yeah, I think Jerry will make it. I think Jerry is safe for now. He'll definitely make it past the cave trap because he was seen in a picture. He was seen in one of the pictures during the hilltop battle, which takes place after the cave trap. Animated Alex, sorry, I'm just stupid sometimes. No worries. Oh, I missed one comment there. Animated Alex Negan. My bad, I forgot to put Negan. No worries. I thought you meant Negan, but I wasn't sure. Let me reread that comment then. Looking back at season 7 and 8, I can't understand why some characters would still have hatreds towards him. I think people who still have hatred towards Negan from the characters are the ones that will never be able to get over what he did. Rosita, I think, for one, because of what he did to Abe. Maggie, for what he did to Glenn. I think some of these characters, it's just way too personal and it hits way too close to home for them. For them to completely not forget but forgive and move past that with Negan. So I think that's what it's really about. Some characters, though, I think at this point, they do understand the situation and they have forgiven Negan for the most part. One of those characters, Father Gabriel. I think there's definitely that kind of connection between them now. And I don't think Gabriel sees Negan as a killer anymore. Or he does, but it's like he sees him for much more than that now. He sees that he was able to come back in a way. Negan's me a sandwich. Do you think we'll see Negan flirting with Alpha like the comics? I don't think he'll use that language, the colorful language he used in the comics, but I do think he'll flirt with her. Yes, I do. HFG, I knew Jerry wasn't going to die, but I thought for sure he was going to get bitten and lose his leg or something. Yeah, that's what I thought as well, but he seems fine based on the picture. Like, I don't think someone who is bit and has lost one leg can be fighting in the forefront like he was. So I think he's not even bitten. Bitten. That's the right word. That's the right way to say it, I mean. Negan's me a sandwich. I also hope Magna survives to the end. I don't think she will. Again, with Magna, I don't know why, but they've made her have this kind of attitude that I just don't get. I think it makes her very unlikable as a character. Animated Alex, I like your idea of the CRM being like the Fireflies. Yeah, that video that I did. Yeah, I think it kind of makes sense in a way. Technically speaking, it's different, but looking at it from the grand scheme of things, it's a big organization that maybe every community knows about, other than the community we know of. But maybe they all know them. Maybe they all fall under them. Maybe all of them or CRM rules them all, just like the Fireflies. So there's definitely some overlapping ideology between Fireflies and CRM, but I don't think they'll go to the extent of actually making them directly like the Fireflies. Animated Alex, could our characters be on the road again ever? I think we might. With the Commonwealth story, I think we'll see a lot more of them just being on the road. So that'll be cool. But I don't think we'll ever get to a scenario where we were back when they found Alexandria. Like, I don't think we'll see like a full season of them just being on the road. No, I don't think we'll see that. We might see maybe several episodes maybe even, but maybe two episodes back to back, or a couple episodes where they're on the road, and it's part of the arc where they're on the road. But I don't think we'll spend like an entire season with the characters just being on the road. I think we're way past that point in the story at this point. And I don't think anyone would really be interested in that as a long-term thing. Short term, yeah, absolutely, like with the Commonwealth situation. But long term, I don't think it makes sense, and I don't think fans are going to be accepting of that sort of story anymore, given where we are in the story and how far they've survived up to now. Negan's mayo sandwich, because in the comics, Negan said something like, "I'm hoping you find me drenching rugged as heck, handsome, giving me another skin suit. I'm soaking through this one. This one, handsome. I hope we get that line." Yeah, there's definitely a lot of colorful Negan language, even during the Whisper arc. I don't think we'll see a lot of it, but I'm hoping we get just a tiny bit of it. I hope they give us enough to satisfy us as comic Negan fans. Animated Alex, imagine the CRM gets so hyped up only to be a group of like 12 people. LOL. That'll be underwhelming and disappointing, to be honest. I think they should have at least a couple hundred people. At least a couple hundred. And I mean a couple hundred of like the militias and the military that they have and the leaders that they have. Like the core. Not the members that live in the communities that they have. The people that they have in the communities will be much more than that, maybe a few thousand. If Commonwealth from the comics had a few thousand, I'm sure that CRM and the network of communities that they have will have more than a few thousand. But just from a core perspective of the community, like the leaders, the ones that are part of the councils, the ones that make the decisions, the ones that are part of the militia, the ones that are part of the military, if there's any. I think there'll be a couple hundred of those. Negan's mayo sandwich, my favorite Negan line is the one where he says to Alpha in the comics, is the Barbie doll crotch line. I murdered that comment or that question, but I got what you meant. Yeah, that was a pretty cool and interesting Negan line. I doubt that they'll bring that, though. I don't think they'll bring that to the show. I mean, they're gonna have to remix it in terms of the language itself that they're using. Who knows? They might do like a alternative scene where he does say that and they'll put it on the DVD. I'll be up for that. Or the Blu-ray, DVD, whatever they put it on. All right, we've been going for 20 minutes, so we'll go for another maybe 5 minutes of rapid fire Q&A, and that'll be the end of the stream. Things coming up on the channel, I do want to quickly go through. Tomorrow night, we might or might not have our gameplay of Telltale's Walking Dead. If we don't have it, we'll have it Tuesday night. I'm hoping we'll get through it tomorrow night, but if not, then Tuesday night. But other than that, I don't have any videos planned right now for this week other than the Friday Q&As and the Mandalorian reactions and the gameplays, the scheduled ones, until Walking Dead is back. But if they release something, if there's anything to talk about, we'll definitely do videos. Next Saturday, though, stay tuned for 2 episode reactions for the Mandalorian, 7 and 8. So I'll be reacting to both Season 1, Episode 7 and Episode 8, which is the Season 1 finale. So those will be coming back to back on Saturday, so stay tuned for those. Actually, I just remembered. So next week we won't be able to do our regular Q&As, like the Friday ones and the Sunday one. The Mandalorian reactions will be coming like regular because I'll record them earlier. But I won't be here next weekend, so I won't be able to do the Q&As. So next week's Q&As will be delayed. They'll be pushed. Mandalorian reactions will be posted. I'll just record them earlier, ahead of time. What else? Gameplay next Monday may be pushed to Tuesday as well, depending. I'll let you all know about the actual schedule, like what I'm actually gonna do in the next couple days. But for sure we won't have any Q&As next week, but we'll pick up with the Q&As the week after. Negan's Mayo Sandwich, do you think we would get those lines if it was on HBO? I think so. Maybe there might have been, or maybe there would be a little bit of not censorship, but limits in terms of how much language, how much colorful language, and to the extent that they use, like even on HBO. But I think they'll be more lenient than AMC is for sure. Animated Alex, I feel like the walkers now bite too close to people to the point where they should have got bitten but don't get bit. Why is that? I do agree with you, and I think the simple answer is they want to have tension, so they do that, but they don't want to actually kill the characters, so no one gets bit. Unless it's like a secondary character or a C-list or D-list type of character. But I think for A-listers and B-listers, it's very rare that we'll just see them get bit by walkers. So that's that. But I do think that they do want to have some tension. They do want to make you think that they might get bit, even though everyone at this point knows that those characters don't just get bit. Unless it's Carl. That was a shot fired at Gimple. But anyway. But yeah, I mean, it's just there to bring tension to the scene that they have. All right, so we'll be going for another maybe a couple minutes, maybe 3-4 minutes, and that'll be the end of the stream. Animated Alex makes it look unrealistic. Absolutely does. It takes you away from the realism. Like you're not. What's the word I'm looking for? You're not immersed into the experience anymore at that point. I completely agree with you on that. Negan's Mayo Sandwich, do you think Negan will be carrying Alpha's head in a bag like the comics? If he gets that killed, then absolutely. I think that's too much of an iconic scene for them not to do, especially if Negan is getting that kill anyway. But if Negan is not getting that kill, then obviously it won't be. Because, they might have another person who will get that kill do that, but if it's Negan, I definitely think they will do that 100%. Oh, I was talking about the videos that are going to be coming up and stuff. I forgot to mention, I still am planning on doing my Eugene Rosita video. They even released like a teaser with them, which works well with my video that I was going to do anyway about Eugene and Rosita and whether they're going to get their comic story. So that'll be coming this week. I don't know when, but it'll be coming this week. That's the only video that I have planned at the moment. I forgot to mention that earlier when we were talking about our scheduled videos for the week. Alright, so I think we'll be ending the stream here. Thanks everyone for joining and asking questions. Hope you guys enjoyed this stream, and I hope that more people will show up next stream. The following week, not next week because we won't have any Q&As like I said, but the following week. But stay tuned for other videos. Like I said, I'll be finishing Mandalorian season 1, so you'll be able to watch that on next Saturday, so stay tuned for that. Final question by Negan's Mayo Sandwich, because he just posted that as I was ending it. I'll answer that and then we'll end it on the spot. I hope it's a good question too. Negan's Mayo Sandwich, there's a scene in the 10B trailer where Negan is walking up behind Alpha with a knife on his side. Absolutely, and I think that's one of the scenes that most likely takes place around the time when Negan and Alpha get their scene together. And I definitely think at this point they will get that scene and Alpha will die and Negan will get the kill. But they might be doing that to throw us off. That's a possibility. So we got to keep that in mind as well. But that's a very good question, and I do think that is related to Alpha's final moments for sure. That's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you next time for another super video.